Let's now go to this index.js and show you what exactly is happening here. First of all, we are importing React and React DOM. Okay. Then we are importing this app.js. Basically, you can see that we have written app only, not JS. If you just write JS, that also is fine. Okay. You may ignore or may not ignore. That's all upon you. Now here we can see this react.render function. Okay. Now what exactly this is doing? So let me just show you this one properly. If you can see, this is accepting two parameters. Oops, sorry. Yeah, it is accepting two parameters. What are these two parameters? Let me show you. So this function, okay, just a minute. Yeah, this function is taking the first parameter is the HTML content that is going to be rendered to the web page. Okay, that is going to be rendered to the web page, and the second element is where that HTML element should be rendered, where. So we can see that document.getElement by id root. So in the in the section where we have the id has to be root, in that particular section we have to render it. So definitely we should understand that there is some element with the id root. So definitely that was inside this index.html. So this is what I was going to talk about, that this is the main section where our entire HTML is to be rendered. So this was all about what I wanted to discuss. Okay, let's now write some expressions. As I already mentioned earlier, that you can write expressions, you can include expressions in the JSX. Let's just do that. So here basically let's just delete entire portion, and we are going to be including an h4 element. Here inside we will say addition result of 2 plus 3 is, now if I just want to add two numbers, we have to write it inside these braces. Okay, so we have to include this expression in the braces, and we might expect the result, we will have a display on the web page as addition result of 2 and 3 is 5. This is what we expect. So let's go and check it out. You can see that we got this absolutely fine. So this is how you can insert your expressions. Again, let's just write some paragraph element. Again, we can write product of let's say we can write as, okay, let's just define some, inside this functional component we are going to be taking some variables. So let's say this is var1, which is 8, and let's take another variable var2, this is 7. Now suppose we want to display the multiplication result of these two numbers, so we would say product of var1 and var2 is, inside this expression we are going to be calculating, okay, var1 and var2. Okay, now we should expect a result. This one including this one should definitely be displayed. After this we should get product of 8 and 7 is 56. Let's see we get it or not. As you can see in paragraph, we got product of 8 and 7 is 56. This is how you can write. So JSX is quite simple. We can use it to write HTML, and we can insert various expressions we wish to. So this was all about the functional component that we discussed. So functional component, here we using keyword function, and the name of the component should start with capital letter, and inside this functional component we are returning some JSX elements. Okay, let's just go to the source folder and create another folder inside as component. Okay, inside this component I will show you how to write some class component 1, okay, .js. So let's go to this class component. So remember in the first video, I don't think I told you, go to the extensions and just type ES7. Okay, now this is an amazing extension you should install. Since I have already installed, it's showing two buttons like disable and uninstall. I highly recommend you to install this extension. You will be easily understanding why I told you to install this. Anyway, so with this extension, basically I am not going to be writing the entire code once again. Suppose I want to create a class component, I'll simply write RCE. Okay, it's not giving any suggestions, I don't know why. So basically, suppose if I write, yeah, now it came. So if I just write RCE, this means React class import component, export component. So we are to create a class component, and we are not writing the entire code once again. So we will just simply write RCE, and if you just press enter, you can see it is automatically written. So this is why I told you to install the extension ES7 snippets. Okay, so I will safely delete this export because we already have this export. See, what is the exact meaning of this? If you are writing any class component, you have to extend it from React component. Okay, if you just don't include it here also, it's fine. You have to write here react.component. Okay, so the name of our component is class component 1. Here inside this class component, we have a render function. Inside render, we are returning some JSX, as you can see, some JSX, right? So let's just write something as hello class component, right? So once we are writing this, let me just zoom it a bit. I think this is fine. So hello class component. Now since this we are exporting this component, definitely we can understand that this component is been imported anywhere else. So the place is in in index.js. Here in index.js, we are basically exporting app, right? So if we go to app.js and remove this entirely, and let's just write RAFC. Basically what we are doing, RAFC means this is an arrow functional component, right? This is an arrow function, we can understand. So RAFC, let me show you. RAFCE means React arrow function export component. Okay, so see, we don't need to write everything from scratch. So this is so easy. Here inside this, first of all, we need to so inside this app component, we have to import class component 1. Now you can see this class component 1 is this one. So we are basically importing this class component 1 inside the app.js and specifying the path properly. Inside the JSX, we will include the component simply. Don't forget to close it, and we have a parent element also. So div is a parent element here. So everything looks fine for now because we have this index.html and index.html. Here we are using this root. We will display this app, and here in the app we are importing this class component, and we should expect our output to be as hello class component. So hello class component has been displayed. So this is how we work with class components and functional components. I'll discuss in the upcoming sessions each and every detail. We will start with props, states, and so on. A long journey to go. Stay tuned for the upcoming tutorials, and I hope if you liked it, make sure you subscribe this channel.